What's up, family? Hit subscribe and always check the description and the pinned comment down below. Quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor and this is not medical advice. Anything said is from my experience and for entertainment purposes only. Always check with your doctor and the laws of your country before adding anything into your regimen. Check out the new video. Alright, here goes my 2 cents on this Sarm ban. So if you haven't heard, China has agreed or said they're going to ban all Sarms and a few other things come January 1st, 2020. Now I woke up this morning with an email from my boy Troy, shout out to him, about all this information. First thing off the bat is like, let me reach out, let me see what I can do. People have been sharing it in the Facebook group. I've had a couple other guys I follow on YouTube, good friends of mine, and I'll post their 2 cents. So here goes mine. Right off the bat, let me just say this. This is fucking China we are talking about, okay? Now this, that being said, I guess America has agreed to do similar actions as well, but you know, this wouldn't be the first time they've said that, and the last time they said something similar, absolutely nothing happened. So on to the China part, because that's the most important part of it. You know, even if America said it and China didn't, you know, we could all be underground and, you know, Sarms can still be freely available for the most part, but I digress. Into the China part now. Again, this is fucking China. China openly kills people. You know, you can go on YouTube right now, they shoot protesters. You know, they got close to 1 million people in what is basically a concentration camp right now. I think they're all Muslims, you know, just for, you know, not following status quo. So again, this is China, you know what I mean? And what does China care about most? Money, okay? So, you know, that being said, just the fact that that's the type of country we're dealing with in this conversation, I really don't think Sarms are, you know, anywhere near the top of the list. And if that's what's gonna, you know, hold back a lot of labs and scientists and all that fun stuff from getting paid and making money, you know, I really don't think it's gonna happen. Now this is what I believe happened. You know, as you know, or if you didn't know, the US and America are, a lot of people call it a trade war, but we are in negotiations right now. You know, we're putting tariffs on each other. Basically, we're in a trade war. You know, and it's, you know, for a rightful cause. I'm not gonna get into the politics of it, but, you know, past administrations have allowed China to just abuse us financially, you know, and, you know, with other things, you know, again, this is just how China operates, stealing, you know, intellectual property, and the way they just, you know, go about business is just, you know, it's dirty. So again, if you think some powdery substance is anywhere near, you know, for muscle gaining at least, is anywhere near, you know, China's radar, you're wrong. But again, so we're in a trade war with China and they're taking the brunt of it. You know, we got a couple people getting hurt too. That's how it works. You know, that's how trade wars always work. For us, it's mostly our farmers. But China, their economy is tanking right now. If you haven't noticed, there's million-man protests out there in China right now. So, you know, China is getting hurt bad. So, and another thing is too, this is what I believe happened. So, you know, they wanted, I believe, and this is all me, speculation, but I think America wanted China to make some kind of statement when it comes to like the fentanyl, the pharmaceutical drugs, and again, the anabolics, and all sorts of other things. They wanted to hear China say they're gonna crack down. Like seriously, crack down on it. So I think that's what we got. And then the American aspect of it is, oh, if China said it, we're gonna match it. Again, I believe it's all smoke. I have talked to a couple of our manufacturers in China. One said they're being serious. The other laughed it off, said it will never happen. They can say whatever they want to say or pass whatever they want to pass, but nothing's gonna be enforced. Nothing's gonna slow down, nothing's gonna happen. So again, that's what I think it is. I think they put a lot of compounds and substances on these lists that they're gonna, you know, slow down or stop producing and everything. And mind you, steroids have been on that list for a long time in China, and we all know where most of the steroids come from, in the underground labs. So that's, you know, if it goes to that route, I think that's all that would happen, is it'll be, you know, basically put in the same realm that the anabolics are in right now from China, which is what? Very easily accessible. You know, I get emails almost daily from companies trying to sell me powdered steroids or even pre-mixed steroids from China. So that just goes to show you the amount of people manufacturing it over there. So I think it's all just smoke. I think at very first, when I first read it, I was like, this is some fucking jealous company in America just pushing this propaganda. But when the manufacturers from China, the Chinese people, excuse me, did say they're being serious about it, or that it's actually happening in that country, that they've heard of it, at least acknowledged it, then I was like, oh, okay. But then when they left it off, they say they do this all the time. I think it's just America wanted them to give us, you know, give us a word of mouth that you're gonna do something. I think the most thing that they cared about was the fentanyl. The fentanyl is killing people. The testosterone and the osterine are not, you know? So I think that's what it is. They just wanted to hear China say they're gonna start cracking down because, again, they're taking the brunt force of this trade war, and they know that, you know, like them or hate them, but Trump's most likely gonna win in 2020, and they can't wait 4 more years to renegotiate. Their economy's tanking so bad right now that they can't do it. They can't have these marches. They can't going on in their country anymore. People are getting shot, killed. You know, these are young kids out there protesting, so they can't handle it no more. And the negotiations are getting very close to getting done. I think China's just trying to warm up to the United States. That's personally what I think. So take it or leave it, but the brunt of this, my thing is, I'll believe it when I see it. You know, again, even if it all happened, it's still gonna be available underground. I believe that fully, because guess what? If I want Tren, I can go shoot a thing of Tren right now. I can go buy Tren, and we all know, you know, Tren is not legal. So I think that's what it is. They're just trying to warm up, play the word of mouth game, let America know, hey, we're really trying to change here, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll believe it when I see it, but until then, keep it real.